I'm ready. Let's rock and roll.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Oh, I missed the cue. I should have done it a little earlier, but interwebs from me is Tad. Hi, Tad. How are you?
Awake,
You're awake.
awake. I may not be in 2 hours.
You're gonna crash.
It is possible that I am recording from bed and have the intention to finish recording and go back to sleep.
Oh, funny. I am wide awake now. I'm ready to go for the weekend. Well, for the day. Um, yeah. I'm the opposite.
I mean, we'll see.
Once I'm up, I'm
Maybe
up.
by the time we're done, I'll be awake. I don't know yet.
Yeah. All right. So what's going on in the
I, I
news?
well, Heidi McDonald had an interesting piece at the Beat
Mm-hmm.
about Publishers Weekly just listed their top publishers in the world and their revenues for last year, and it's notable that a large number of publishers that include Comics Arms are in the top.
Top spots.
Yeah.
Nice.
For that matter, most people will probably have no idea what RELX Group is. It's a UK STEM-based publisher, scientific, technical, and medical publishers.
Right.
They put together, according to their website, they specialize in information-based analytics and decision tools for professional and business customers, enabling them to make better decisions, get better results, and be more productive. So business to business, and not actually even a ton in print. Databases, academic, government, primary
Mm-hmm.
research, blah blah blah.
Right.
But they also have a event arm, RX, Read Exhibitions, which has a little division known as Read Pop, which puts on New York Comic Con and PAX and C2E2, etc. So it may not be the biggest part of the biggest publishing company in the world, but like they're involved in comics.
That's great.
Right. Penguin Random House comes in at 3. We know they've got all sorts of comics, including Inklore, 10 Speed Graphic, Pantheon. They just bought Boom.
Oh, they did.
Pearson, right. Pearson comes in at 4. I feel like they've got some stuff in comics. At number 6 is Hachette, which has lots of comics imprints. At number 7 is Hitotsubashi Group of Japan, which, among other things, owns Viz Media.
There's a little thing called Viz Media.
Right. Number 10 has HarperCollins, which has lots of comic imprints. Scholastic is at 12. That's one of the biggest North American publishers. Holtzbrink is the home of First Second. It's at number 13. Kodansha is at number 19. Simon and Schuster does plenty of comics. They're at 20. Kodakawa, which has Yen Press, is at 23. Media Participations, which has Abrams in the U.S. and Degard, Dupuis, and Kana in France. All Comics Publishers is at 27. There's a couple of there's a Spanish group that does comics at 22, an Italian group that does comics at 33. So essentially, yeah, the reports of the demise of comics are probably premature.
Yeah, a little false, I think. Um,
I've always said those people, the people who say comics are going away, are the people who only read floppies, only read a certain kind of floppies.
yeah.
And anytime that type of floppy don't feel like they're the king of the comics industry, they assume that means that
The industry is dying.
comics are dying.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my favorite title isn't that good anymore. That must mean everything's crap.
Yeah. Yeah. They're only publishing 6 Spider-Man books instead of 8. So the industry is dying. Never mind Raina Telgemeier.
Never mind Raina Telgemeier. That should be a hashtag.
Or manga.
Yeah, exactly. Or manga.
Right.
It's the fastest growing literary form out there is manga. I mean, it's so
Well, in the US,
Yeah.
it's already just huge in Japan and most of the rest of the world.
right.
I mean, manga is like what we call soccer and the rest of the world calls football.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Like we're just behind the times.
I know. Oh man.
We talk about it as this growing thing, and it's not really this growing thing. It's this thing that it's one of those cultural things that isn't US centric, and therefore we're just picking up on it.
Yeah, I know, and I feel pretty dumb about it. That
Check out this new thing that's been around for 70 years.
Yeah, I get it, but
I'm not trying to make fun of you
in the United
I know that you're totally challenging or channeling the public perception.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, and basically, I'm saying, and you're right. In the United States, the sales are going up and up and up.
Right.
If you
Right.
can publish a good manga, you are in.
Well, and here's the thing: it's actually the second manga wave.
Yes.
Because there was a huge manga wave in the late '80s, early '90s. The biggest difference between the two is this one, we're not altering the publishing. In the '80s and '90s, we had a lot more tendency to print them bigger or colorize them or reverse the reading order for American readers, blah, blah, blah. And it was a very niche market. By just publishing them like they're published in Japan, we've actually had it like explode, which is like one of those messages to bigwigs out there and whatnot. When you find something good, you don't need to alter it to fit your audience. Your audience will alter its own tendencies and sensibilities to meet the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next piece of comics news, and Tyler and I actually just experienced this together, and man, was it cool. Marvel released a trailer for our friend Chris Condon's Ultimate X-Men with Alessandro Cappuccio hitting stores next month. Maybe this month. I guess this month now, because by the time this airs, it will be December, won't it?
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see where the Ultimate Wolverine crosses over with the Ultimate X-Men title. There's got to be.
Yeah, you've actually been reading Ultimate stuff, so I mean, I may have to I may have to check in with you and go, I don't know what's going on here. Tell me what I need to know.
Well, right
But
now in the Ultimate X-Men, we haven't
you,
left
you don't need
Japan.
to tell me yet. Let me ask the questions based on
Let me
reading the
fill you
comic
in. Let
and
me
either
fill you in
being confused or
everything
not being
now.
confused.
Let me just tell you the whole story.
Yeah, no. We don't need to bore our listeners with that yet. And I'm not saying that we'd be boring, but I feel like we do better discussing things that we've both read.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that goes both ways,
Yeah.
But I feel like, I can only go so far, like talking about that book that you haven't read.
I know.
But yeah, no,
I'm
excited
excited
for
for
this.
this. It's
Oh no, I guess it doesn't hit stands until January 15th, so it is next month still.
okay. Okay.
But I'm very excited for this. Last piece of new news this week is the relaunch of Heavy Metal
Mm-hmm.
hit Kickstarter, and therefore we also have a list of, or at least some of a list of contributors.
Yes.
That'll include Enki Bilal, who we recently just talked about his first heavy metal story, Exterminator 17. It was in the last issue of Heavy Metal that we discussed in the Heavy Metal Book Club. There will be an English adaptation of his acclaimed Bug series. Also, there will be unseen installments of the outrageous Burton and Sib from Antonio Segura and Jose Ortiz, and Vincente Segrella's lost classic, The Mercenary.
Right.
English language debut of Janevsky's cult sci-fi heroine Sixella. Tarna will be back with Leah Moore and John Reppian on writing duties, with art from Anna Morozova. Cold Dead War will be back from Craig Wilson, Grimaldi from Kieran Grant, and some Legends of Tarna from Joseph Michael Linsner. Looks like Fernando Deguino with Lester That Old Feeling.
Mm-hmm.
His art's been in Blade Runner at Titan. Going to be classic strips such as The Bus from Paul Kirshner and June 2050 by John Workman. Michael Conrad is working to develop a series, as are David Quinn and Tim Vigil. Greg Hildebrandt has the main cover, and there are variant covers from Frank Frazetta, Dan Barrington, Lucas Strade Skinner, Brian Viveros, Dan Quintano, Nichos, and more. So yeah, I backed the Kickstarter already. It looks pretty cool.
It looks awesome.
Looking forward to the return of heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to the return of Metal Erlant, which is also kickstarting right now. So yeah, Heavy Metal Book Club will have not just old stuff, but new stuff again.
Great.
So yeah, yeah.
Awesome. That's really exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. And look at that, all comics news.
It was.
This may be because I have not checked my email, or no, let me rephrase. I have checked my email, but only read personal emails for the last week. I have not been reading any of the newsletters. My Thanksgiving gift to myself was I have pretty much checked out from the world for the week.
You checking out? I like it. All right.
So, how about we talk some New to order.
Yeah, new to order comics. This one is Bug Wars from Jason Aaron and Matthew Wilson. Slade Slaymaker is a kid from Alabama, suddenly lost in a vicious world beyond his imagining. A world of marauding ant armies, spell-casting spider witches, and beetle-riding barbarians. A kingdom of tiny but deadly warriors hidden in his own backyard. The same world that saw his father eaten alive by insects now plunges young Slade into the middle of a brutal bug war to decide the fate of his family. From the superstar team of writer Jason Aaron and artist Mahmoud Asrar comes the oversized debut of a dark fantasy epic for the ages, in stores February 12th. This looks awesome.
That looks good. Cam Girl, a one-shot from Sarah Cho and C.P. Smith at AWA. Sarah Cho brought us the wonderful Red Light series. Meet Danny. She's independent. She loves to party, and she makes a whole lot of money. Now meet Kyoko, Danny's online alter ego. She's obedient, she's exotic, she's walking stereotype that caters to her customers' basest fantasies. One of Kyoko's most ardent followers starts to send her increasingly threatening messages. Danny's two lives become dangerously entwined to turn the tables on a relentless stalker who seems to know everything about her and exactly which buttons to push. Danny must confront her personal demons and rediscover who she really is and what she's capable of doing. In this self-contained, double-sized one-shot, Sarah Cho and C.P. Smith present a relentless, kinky, and occasionally bloody erotic thriller. In stores February 12th.
Looks cool. Looks cool. All right, is this one mine? The Hive.
Yep.
All right, Sex, Violence, and Bees. Welcome to the Hive. From A.J. Lieberman and Mike Henderson from Image Comics. This will be in stores February 12th. Looks cool. I like the cover a lot.
Yeah. Who are the Power Pals? Washed-up actors Derek and Alex have been best friends ever since playing teen superheroes Swallow and Buzzard in the 90s TV show Power Pals. Wait, you've never heard of it? Don't worry, you're not alone. It was canceled after 3 episodes. But that small taste of fame left them hungry for more, and they've been trying to get back on the Hollywood train ever since. After being fired from their studio security jobs and dropped by their agent, the middle-aged pair decide to don their old costumes and thrust themselves back into the public eye, walking the Hollywood Boulevard alongside the popular cosplayers. When a video of the duo defending tourists from being badgered by a pair of rip-off characters goes viral, the attention inspires them to fight more crime. But when their low-level crime fighting inadvertently disrupts the plans of a crazed crime boss, their friendship will undergo the ultimate test. And it, or they, may not survive long enough to enjoy their newfound fame. From Dwayne Murray and Ahmad Rafat, Dark Horse Comics, in stores March 19th. Some graphic novels to look out for. Beat It Rufus. Not my nephew Rufus. He doesn't have to beat it. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the other thing that I was going to suggest as a possibility. We haven't read any Noah Van Sciver.
That's true.
Yeah. So we'll have to debate between Snot Girl and Noah Van Sciver. For Snot Girl would be more timely, so maybe Snot Girl for next week and Noah Van Sciver the week after.
Okay.
From the author of Fanta Bukowski and Joseph Smith, and that was a whole aside that like our listeners have no idea what we're talking about.
They were just like, what? What was that about?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show.
A little behind the scenes. We are trying to figure out what to do for next week.
From the author of Fanta Bukowski and Joseph Smith and the Mormons, a hysterical character comedy about an aging rock god in his own mind forced to face the music. Rufus Baxter is an aging, professionally unemployed loser, desperately, delusionally hanging on to his 1980s hair metal fantasies of headlining arenas, despite so much evidence to the contrary, like audience members ducking when he tosses promo t shirts at an open mic night. The rest of his bandmates in Funky Cool died decades ago in a horrible plane crash on the cusp of their first big break. When he gets kicked out of the Denver storage unit he's been illegally sleeping in, his only prospect is a last second wedding gig the very next day in Wyoming. A hop in his car, and possibly a peyote button or two sends Baxter on a psychedelic and existential road trip through his past and forces him to confront every bad decision he's made along the way. Beat It Rufus is very much in a kindred spirit with Van Sciver's Fanta Bukowski series, a comedic character study both played for laughs but also infused with a surprising gravitas that has you rooting for Rufus despite having every reason not to. Van Sciver's comedic and graphic talents are in peak form in this original graphic novel, his follow up to the award winning and critically acclaimed graphic bio, Joseph Smith and the Mormons, in shops February 19th, 2025.
I love
And Fanta Bukowski is the one that I think
I
we
love
should
the leopard
read.
print along the spine of the book.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Beat It Rufus.
Yeah.
This looks great. This looks cool.
No, Van Sciver's amazing.
Yeah. Cool. Blondie Against the Odds. Combining
I mean, this is like the same book twice.
combining an imaginative take on an oral history of the band, interspersed with artistic interpretations of 10 songs from their catalog, Blondie Against the Odds captures the friction of New York City as the band fought their way to prominence, as well as the power and energy contained within the songs that fueled their rise to legendary status. This is going to be in shops February 5th. And I forgot to read, this is Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, and Blondie themselves, along with John McCrae for art. Yeah, looks really cool.
C2 Comics.
Yep.
I would be willing to bet that Jimmy and Amanda have art inside too.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Particularly because John McCrae's name is not on the outside of the book.
True. That's true.
And both Jimmy and Amanda are artists in their own rights. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope that there's John McCrae stuff inside the book because John McCrae is also awesome. Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Surrounded, America's First School for Black Girls, 1832. In 1832, in Canterbury, Connecticut, a charming and picturesque little school for young girls opens to accommodate around 20 residents. Educating girls is a bit ridiculous and useless, they think, in the area, but harmless enough until the day when the charming school, led by Prudence Crandall, announces that it will now welcome black girls. 30 years before the abolition of slavery, some 15 young people in the Crandall School are greeted by a wave of hostility of insane proportion. White America is afraid of some of its children. The story of this school and its legal legacy for civil rights cannot be understated. Crandall versus State of Connecticut was the first full-throated civil rights case in U.S. history. The arguments by attorneys in the Crandall case played a role in two of the most fateful Supreme Court decisions, Dred Scott versus Sanford and the landmark case of Brown versus Board of Education. It catapulted Miss Crandall into a civil rights pioneer. This is from Wilfrid Lupano and Stéphane Fert and NBM. Because, as is so often the case, our history is being mined by European creators. Mm-hmm. February 12th, 2025.
Nice. All right. Is this one mine?
Yep.
Didn't look like the next one that I had. I was supposed to have The Girl Who Flew Away. Anyway.
Oh, did I miss that?
Anyway, we can jump to this one.
Oh, I see what happened. You did you add one?
I don't know. Earlier, maybe.
I I I, I either missed it when I was going through this morning or yeah.
No
We
problem.
can find it.
Well, no
We'll find
problem.
it.
It's not a problem. Listeners, this is
Technical difficulties. Beep, 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 bop, bop.
we will be with you momentarily.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I thought you only had one graphic novel picked out.
I was working on the thing. I must have gone back to it as I was working. My bad. All
Yeah.
right.
So this is out of alphabetical order because,
Yeah, that's all right. The girl
there we go.
The Girl Who Flew Away from Lee Dean it's 1976, and Greer Johnson has found herself pregnant, single, and packed off to Florida, bunking with total strangers to await and hide the birth of her boss's child. She finds herself unmoored and friendless in the sun and fun obsessed Key West. While searching for anything to give her comfort, Greer does have a few things going for her. She's surrounded by an unusual parade of singular advisors, neighbors, and allies in a strange new environment, and a wild imagination run amok. But will her flights of fancy be her salvation or her ultimate undoing? This will be in shops February 5th.
From Lee Dean at Iron Circus Comics.
Iron Circus, that's right. I don't think I've read anything from them before.
Oh, they do good work.
Yeah.
I do really good work. All right. Now for your first collection.
Yeah. Give Me Liberty. From Gilbert Shelton and Ted Richards and Gary Hallgren and Willie Murphy. The story of America's battle for independence, but funny 15th anniversary edition. The true history
50th.
50th, yes, 50th anniversary edition. The true history of the American Revolution as it has never been taught in school. Two titans of underground comics team up to retell the essential moments of the war against the British, as it might have seemed to the ordinary people of the time. Gilbert Shelton and Ted Richards, I'm having a hard time reading this, combined their cartooning talents to create an episodic, comedic, and more or less accurate summary of the founding of the United States of America. Originally serialized in alternative weekly newspapers through 1975 to 1976, now for only the second time in 250 years, Fantagraphics Underground brings this lost classic back to print. This will be in shops February 5th. Looks cool. I'm really excited for it.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm all over it. Life drawing. Two Latinas separated by a generation hinder and help each other find their place in a world they never made. 10 years in the making and torn from the pages of the legendary Love and Rockets. Jaime Hernandez's newest graphic novel skillfully weaves two generations of his beloved characters into a satisfying story of love, both young and middle-aged. Life drawing darts primarily between the youthful Tanta and the venerable Maggie. Tanta has a crush on her art teacher, Ray, as well as an axe to grind with an older woman in the neighborhood. When Tanta finds that the woman, Maggie, is married to Ray, things get complicated, and Tanta does not handle complications well. Life drawing showcases Hernandez's brilliant talent for character weaving relationships, rejections, infidelities, and adventures involving Tanta's self-involved sisters, Vivian, Violet, and Muneca, her colorful pals, Gomez, Judy Fair, and Brown Alice, her mother, the infamous Black Widow of the Valley, and of course, the two great loves of Maggie's life, Ray and Hopi. There's also a forest spirit, two weddings, some cosplay, a little pole dancing, and a page after page of breathtaking comics by the median's most wide-eyed romantic. Did we mention the weddings? In shops February 26th, 2025, from Jaime Hernandez and Fantagraphics Books. Yeah, we put this in collections because it comes out of Love and Rockets, but they always also kind of craft them to make certain that they make great graphic novels, so it could go either way.
Yeah.
I I've loved these stories as they've come out. I'm looking forward so much to being able to read them as the cohesive. I love the way both of the brothers will they'll tell episodic stories, but then also weave them into very good novels.
Right.
It's almost a Ray Bradbury type thing where, to a certain extent, even his novels are just really well entwined short stories. But yeah. So
Very
love
cool.
this all the way along, and I'm looking forward to reading it all together. This has been good. This next one that you're going to talk about.
Yeah, Minky Woodcock, The Girl Called Cthulhu. From Hardcase Crime, publisher of Gun Honey, the plucky detective returns in her thrilling third graphic novel, this time with an occult horror twist. Inspired by a true World War II maritime operation, shocking satanic events, monstrous men, and one salacious sea creature, this volume tells the tale of Minky's encounter with legendary horror writer H.P. Lovecraft, creator of the dreaded Cthulhu. Following the death of Harry Houdini, Minky is approached by the occultist and writer Aleister Crowley to help vindicate him from an accusation of murder. From the mind of lauded artist, author, and playwright Cynthia Von Bueller, this third installment in the Gumshoe Detective series takes the thrills and twists to new heights. This will be in shops May 7th. Looks awesome. From
I've
Titan
loved
Comics.
I think I've read the first 2 or 3 issues.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it. I'm also loving this next one from my friend John Harris Dunning. Summer Shadows. By day, the Greek islands are all sand, sea, and fun. But by night, they're the perfect hunting ground for vampires. Nick Landry is searching for his ex on the unspoiled island of Avraxos. Anthony was the love of his life, and without knowing why he left, Nick can't move on. But Anthony isn't the only one to disappear on Avraxos. Coast Guard officer Elekos Korkolos is on the trail of another young man who disappeared there. Both men had fallen in with the glamour set on board a jet black super yacht moored offshore before vanishing. As the mystery deepens, Nick and Elekos discover that the brighter the sunshine, the darker the shadows. From John Harris Dunning and Ricardo Cabral. Dark Horse Comics in stores April 23rd, 2025. This has been so good. Which leads us into Final Order Cutoff books. Lucky Devils #1. The first in the new series from Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. Good Omens meets Curse Words in this new series from the duo behind smash hit 8 Billion Genies. The Lucky Devils is a tale of 2 rebellious demons who decide to start a revolution in hell, and the 2 ordinary 20-something humans they're going to manipulate to do it. Cheeky, satirical look at good and evil, The Lucky Devils explores Faustian bargains and temptation in rip-roaring, hilarious new way.
The cover looks really cool. It looks right up my alley for
Ryan Brown and Charles Soule work really well together.
Yeah.
Did you read 8 Billion Genies?
Yeah. Yep.
So good.
Yep.
I can't believe this one flew under our radar until today. I don't think
know.
we've talked about this one yet, and
No.
it's up on Finer Order Cutoff.
Yep.
I literally texted John this morning right after I read or last night, right after I read the
Blurb.
solicit text. Yes. Ripperland
Yes.
from Steve Orlando, John Harris Dunning, and Alessandro Oliveri. The year is 2188, and Jack the Ripper has returned to London. For the last century, a shattered post-Brexit England has operated as a massive Victorian theme park in exchange for American military and financial protection. But when an American mogul's grandson is killed in the heart of London, the delicate status quo is threatened. Is the killer a brilliant maniac? Americans taking advantage of their superior technology, or the English underground resistance wishing to throw off the yoke of American oppression and rejoin the modern world? American Special Agent Jesse Holden and local British police detective Edwin Fogg must overcome their clashing ideologies in order to find the truth in the foggy streets of 22nd century London.
Looks great. Yeah, I can't believe we haven't
Sounds
talked about it either until now.
I don't know how we missed this one. That's like so up both of our alleys and written by a friend of mine. I'm going to blame John.
Okay.
He didn't like text me and say, "Hey, you got to check this out." That's the best I could do. So you can have this one.
All right.
This is yeah.
This is cool. Shadow of the
Also
Golden
fun.
Crane from Chris Robertson and Michael Avon Oeming. A mysterious BPRD case in the 1960s forces Agent Sue Zhang to dive deep into the history of the secretive Golden Crane Society and into the questions in her own family past as well. Hellboy creator Mike Mignola is joined by writer Chris Robertson and artist Mike Avon Oeming in this paranormal puzzle that unfolds across time. In shops January 15th from Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah, it looks fucking cool.
It does. I'm excited about it. For sure.
So, lots of crowdfunding again.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as stuff falls off, other stuff goes on. So Buttons, Life and Death from Jonathan Bayliss is through December 6th, so like the end of the week. A little bit longer to go for Boxes Comics Magazine number 3 from Third Bear Press. Death to Pachuco #1. This is the first time I'm mentioning it because I dropped the ball for the first couple of weeks that it was on Kickstarter, from Henry Barajas and Rachel Merrill. It's a Hispanic noir,
Right.
on Kickstarter through 12/12. Eat Fighter, the collected edition from Kristen Skillman and her husband Fred Van Lente, artist Fernando Pinto from Rocket Ship, also on Kickstarter through 12/12, as well as the first issue of Metal Hurlant from Humanoids. You've got until 12/13 if you want to go to the Comic Pro Boot Camp, which you don't have to go anywhere. You get to download the courses and stuff, but you know what I mean. Comic Pro Boot Camp on Kickstarter through 12/13. Also through 12/13, Sherlock Holmes and the Empire Builders, the Genie from Joel Meadows, Andy Bennett, and Tripwire, on Kickstarter through 12/13. Newly listed on Kickstarter, I, Doppelganger from Shelley Bond, the third of her editing trilogy from Off Register Press. A Kickstarter through 12/15, and we may be talking to Shelley again quite soon.
Nice.
Little Nemo in Slumberland from Windsor McKay, Studio Comics Press through 12/21. Another just started, Bone, the deluxe edition, part 1, The Valley from Jeff Smith and Cartoon Books on Kickstarter through December 28th, and Heavy Metal #1, as previously discussed, on Kickstarter through December 29th. What'd you love this week, Tyler? DC got a lot of love from the two of us this week.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween #3 from Jeff Loeb and Mark Giarello. Oh, man, this was good.
It was so good.
I'm just loving the return to this era of Batman.
Yeah, and I gotta follow up with Mark so that we can talk to him about this issue and this project, and just talk to him again because it's been too long.
Maybe get Jeff Loeb to talk about it.
I mean, if you want to pitch Mark on that, you can do that.
Okay.
I was just going to reach out to my buddy and say, come talk to us.
Okay. All right. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4. This is the Donatello issue. This was Jason Aaron and Chris Burnham.
I didn't actually get to this yet, but I intend to.
So this was pretty cool. This shows where Donatello has been kind of. And so all four turtles finally meet up in this issue. That's not really a spoiler. But they're finally together. We're finally going to figure out what has them been, why have they been separated, from the end of the last run to what's happening with Jason Aaron's run. And then Uncanny X-Men number 6, Gail Simone, and Javier Garron, from Marvel. This really felt like it was like the New Mutants again, like the old 1980s series where new kids are joining.
Claremont and Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That run.
Cool.
Not necessarily in the tone that Sienkiewicz brought to it, but in the story, that it's like new students starting and they have no idea how to use their powers. Right. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, what about you? I have read this first one, but I knew it would be on your list.
And I almost had Long Halloween, Last Halloween on my list. I almost had Absolute Wonder Woman on my list.
Yeah.
So I could very easily have wound up with 3 DC comics on my list.
Yeah.
Instead, I went 2 DC and a Marvel. My apologies to Murder Kingdom, Falling in Love on the Path of Hell, Grommets, that I didn't even manage to get to reading this week because I was so busy. Star Trek Defiant was excellent. Babs was excellent. But Black Canary, Best of the Best, was amazing.
It was good. And I only read it because good. Tom sold me on it. I wouldn't have read it had we not chatted with Tom, and because it's just not in my wheelhouse of interest, you know.
You thought
I thought it wasn't, yeah.
But you should know better because it's Tom King.
Yeah. So I didn't. I'm going to be honest, people. I didn't care about Black Canary as a character until talking to Tom, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a whirl, and yeah, it was good. It was really good. Definitely read it.
Well, and as always, dealing with another mental health issue that everybody has to deal with, and nobody knows how to talk about, and should.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll talk more about that when it's not as spoilery. Friend of the podcast, Chris Condon, his first full issue of Green Arrow with Montos. Montos's art is just outstanding in this, and Chris might know how to write.
Yeah,
we might have to admit that the kid's pretty good at what he does.
He's all right.
I mean, it's hard because he's like my best friend among creators that's also significantly younger than me rather than roughly my age. So, I don't want him to get a big head. I mean, he's pretty good.
He's pretty dang good. So
also completely unfairly pretty good at writing comics because he's so good at like real reporting and like investigative reporting and not just like doing the investigations, but then writing them well. So, the fact that he gets to write comics well too is just unfair to have that much talent. Spencer Ackerman with Julius Oda on Iron Man #2 just killed it.
That's awesome.
Just killed it. So much phenomenal talent between those 3 comics.
Oh, I agree.
And it is so funny that we continue to completely keep pace with each other on One Piece race. And this week it meant that we were in becalmed seas and too lazy to take the oars out because we're exactly where we were last week. I have thought to myself, I want to read some One Piece like a dozen times this week, and then just been pulled away before I could actually do so.
I did my One Piece reading early in the week and said, you know what, I'm going to get to it again later, and just didn't come back to it.
Well, but you didn't do any earlier in the week because 310 was where we both were last.
What? No.
Last week.
No, we were at 304 last week.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Then I didn't read any this week. Oh, man.
No, neither of us did.
Oh, this week has been so. Oh, wow. Okay, I am off a whole week because you know why? Because Thanksgiving was in there. Yeah.
Right,
Anyway.
right.
Oh, man. Whoa.
Yeah,
I literally thought I read earlier in the week, but that was earlier last week.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. This week has just flown by without. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, Tyler doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Neither does Tad.
Uh,
This is the least I've ever prepared for what we're thankful for episode.
yeah.
I uh, and that means I like literally haven't prepared anything. You need to go first so I can figure out what I'm thankful for.
Okay. Well, in terms of this podcast, I'm really thankful for all the work that you do, Tad. It does uh put me to shame because I just can't keep up. But I do appreciate everything you do. So keep it up.
Well, thank you.
Uh,
Now my head's gonna get too big.
no,
These are cheap. These are cheap headphones with like plastic top. If my head swells, it could break
it
them. Be
could
careful.
break. No, I'm really thankful to my family because they, are perfectly fine and encouraging about me wanting to do this podcast, and my wife never bats an eye when I spend money on comic books or anything like that. So I really appreciate that.
Yes, I'm very thankful for that too, with not just your wife, but my wife, because I probably spend way too much money on comic books,
Yeah.
but I never get a hard time about it.
No, and you don't go out, right? You're not really a partier.
No,
You don't go to bars. You don't,
no.
you don't have a drug addiction. You don't have all these
I
things.
like to go to theater, concert, and baseball games sometimes when I can afford them,
You
but I'm
know,
pretty careful about how
I
much I
grew
spend
up.
those.
My dad spent every bit of extra cash on toys for himself and things like that, and my mom had to make ends meet with just her income. And um now that I'm an adult and have kids, like I really focus hard on where my money goes. So the little bit of $25-$35 that I spend a week on comic books uh is, I don't know, earned, I feel like.
I focused pretty hard on where my money went before my kids grew up.
Yep, exactly.
Now I feel like I spend it all on toys for myself.
No, no, but we're in, I'm talking about when I was little and my dad should have been providing a better home life and a better home and a better, which he could have. He could
Gotcha.
have. But he was buying snowmobiles and
Gotcha.
motorcycles and
Gotcha.
just toys. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Right. I
But
mean,
I'm
those even feel less like toys than the toys that I buy. I buy action figures and stuffed animals.
okay. But here's the thing, your action figure doesn't cost, 15 grand,
Tyler, I'm just trying to bring humor to it all.
I know. I know.
And I'm really tired. I'm not trying to make myself be your dad.
uh, but anyway, I'm really thankful for my family because they see that my love for comic books, and they really appreciate, they question me when I don't go to Rainbow on Wednesdays. They're like, "What's the matter? What's going
Right.
on?" Um,
Right.
and I'm like, well, I don't have any money this week, or I got to wait till Friday. Those are the weeks that I really got to cram in stuff. Is when I can't buy my comics till Friday, and I
Yeah.
read them
Yeah, no,
Friday night.
I thankfully when we get paid on Thursday.
Do you?
So I never have to go more than a day late, but I've definitely had that. Oh, I'm gonna need to wait till tomorrow to go get the comics.
My problem is I usually have to wait a day to go get, or 2 days, mostly when I have to wait. It's either Wednesday or Friday where I can go buy comics.
Right.
Just because of logistics of
Yeah, no, I
work
get it.
and
You're
getting
farther from your comic shop.
yeah,
Mine's on the way home from work.
yeah, yep. So for me, it's
So
just
somebody needs to build a comic shop between Tyler's school and Tyler's
yep,
home, and they will get plenty of business.
yes, definitely. Also,
And then we need to set up our coffee account.
yeah,
Did Kelly email you about that?
yes, yes. I was
Yeah. So we should look at that.
yep. I was busy with my comic shop yesterday had a Black Friday sale, so I was Black Friday
Okay.
shopping just for comic books though.
No, but we should definitely look at setting that up just because I've had a handful of people that like are interested in supporting us but would rather give lump sums from time to time than do a monthly
Yeah, like a tip jar.
Patreon.
Yeah.
And also the coffee, they don't take any of it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely set that
So
up. I did see
offer
that from
us.
Kelly yesterday. I just got busy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna set it up so you can buy us a cup of coffee or more.
Or more, yeah. And then
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to buy our monthly comics, that's like $200 a piece, something like that.
yeah,
Probably actually more, but we'll call it 200.
a month. Let's think here. It's divided by 4. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be 50 a week.
Yeah.
That feels
That's more than I
that
spend
feels
right now.
it's
But it's probably less than
not
you
more
spend.
than I spent.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see Roman Dirge, right? The creator of Lenore had this book about 2 weeks ago. It came out in my shop anyway, and it was called I Can Count to 10, and it was like this disgusting like children's it was a children's book but not a children's book.
Right?
And
No.
okay.
I didn't see that.
Okay. And I'll pull it out next time we do a show and show it to you because it's pretty cool.
Right.
But anyway,
But
Go
what am I
ahead.
thankful for?
What are you thankful
I mean,
for?
I'm thankful that you get all the stuff up because I still haven't learned the technical side. I probably could, but I haven't. I'm thankful that so many creators say yes when I ask them to come talk to us.
Oh, for sure.
Even more thankful that they say yes even when I'm asking them to come talk about things that aren't promoting their own work.
Yeah, with your baseball roundtable, I think it's great how many people participate.
Yeah. Well, and there were people that there were like 3 or 4 people that I mean, there were 2 people who had to cancel roughly at the last minute.
Sure.
And there were like 3 more people that were like, God damn it, I'm busy that day. And sending emails say, oh, make certain you mention this. But it's not just the baseball roundtable; it's the mental health roundtables and the Shakespeare roundtables and the book clubs. And I like that. I feel like we have a 22 panels. Well, it's the fact that I was able to throw together a decent amount of signed stuff that was donated by various friends of the podcast to give out at the library mini con that I worked at recently. It's that I feel like we actually have a 22 panels community inside the greater comics community. And that it goes all across the boundaries. We've got Tom King and we've got Bob Sikoriak. We've got Dennis Kitchen and Kelly Thompson. We've got, Marcus Kwame Anderson and Ted Anderson and Dylan Gilbertson. And,
it is insane to me. The amount of networking you have done. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I don't even think about it as networking because it's the network part has happened so organically.
Yeah.
It's we hit it off enough in the conversations that we start trading emails, and the next thing I know, they're regulars. and or even if they're not regulars, they're regular. Chris Cantwell's been way too busy and hasn't been able to come on the show in a while because he just,
Yeah.
it's not even that he's not doing podcasts. He's doing podcasts, but he's doing the ones his publisher set up for him, which aren't us because we're just not that big. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And like him not doing us is not a slam on us. It's that like he's squeezing in any of the other ones he does, generally as part of a conic
Circuit
appearance or whatever.
Yeah.
But I still hear from him regularly. We traded texts yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me and amazing and fun the fact that like I don't just have this podcast that I put out and Mom and Adam and John and Britt listen to.
Yeah.
And I'm certain a handful more people because I mean, we do steadily have 20 to 30 downloads per episode, almost no matter what.
Yes. It's steadily getting higher. It's slowly getting higher.
But also it seems like every couple of weeks we'll have somebody discover the show and download like hundreds of episodes.
Correct. Yeah.
Whether or not they manage to listen to them all, who knows? But they're at least interested enough that they're going, ooh, I want to look at that. I want to look at that. I want to look at that. I want to look at that.
No, I agree.
I mean, Phil, one of our oldest listeners, who now is
contributor.
doing such a good job, and I need to make certain I reach out to him to make certain that he knows that I appreciate it because I haven't been as dogged about getting the Die role playing group actually in motion.
Yeah.
Because I've just been so exhausted.
Yeah.
But he's being dogged about it. He's not letting it go. And I'm so happy because I want it to happen.
Yeah.
I want it to happen. I know you want it to happen. You want to find time to join us because it's a fun game and it's fun to spend time with each other. And
yeah, I appreciate Phil just because I think he's a cool guy.
That too. I mean, and that's true of all of these people.
Yeah.
But that I mean, that almost goes without saying. They're all cool guys that for whatever reason also want to give their time and energy to us.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it as to the podcast because I don't think many of them are under any delusions that we're the big marketing force.
No.
They know we don't hurt their marketing, and they know that like if they decide, oh, this was a great conversation, they can use it for marketing. But it's not like being on our show is going to guarantee them a successful Kickstarter or a bestseller.
No, they're coming on our show because they enjoy what they do and they want to talk about it. I mean, yes, they're promoting
and they
stuff.
Enjoy spending time with us.
Right, exactly.
I mean, particularly the repeat guests, and we've got a lot of repeat guests.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people who will check in with us when they've got, I mean, I got an email from Shelley Bond before her Kickstarter went live saying, hey, I'm going live on this date. What's your schedule look like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that in a world that's been really rough lately, I have this little community, this safe place. I mean, I've got a nice community of friends too, but like, I mean, I think one of the appeals of online communities to begin with was that they're easier to schedule than managing to get together. I mean, from the early days of AOL chat, I think that was why they've been so addictive, is that it's hard to schedule in-person friendships when you're an adult.
Right. No, exactly.
I mean, it's hard to schedule virtual friendships too, often when you're an adult, particularly when, like, I much prefer to be able to have an actual conversation than just random chat back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that we've built that here. So I'm thankful almost every day for the fact that you reached out to me and said, "Hey, you want to host a podcast?"
No, I just love talking about comic books. So this is
Because
fun.
it was an idea that I'd kicked around before, but I don't know if I ever would have gotten to it if you hadn't called and said, "I'll handle the audio, I'll handle the uploading."
See, that's the part I really like to do, and
And I think I
the
might enjoy it, but
technical
like,
side.
I mean, you talk about what I do with the show notes and whatnot, but that's the part of the job that I feel almost more like a chore. I don't like get into it. I'm good at figuring out how to do it, but then I have to be disciplined about actually doing it.
Yeah. I
You know
get
what I
that.
mean?
Yep, I get that way. Like I've got one right now for an email from you, that is like halfway done. I can't remember what the episode was. Recent interview you did, and
Um,
anyway,
God, this is horrible. I can't
anyway,
even remember what my last interview is.
anyway. So like yesterday came and went, and I didn't finish it. So like that hangs over my head, where I just feel like, uh, I don't know.
Was it Bryce
Yeah, Ingman.
or is
Yeah,
Bryce up?
no, Bryce
Okay.
Ingman. That's who it is. That's the one I'm
So
working
from
on.
last Sunday.
Is it from?
Okay.
That's from Sunday.
I think so.
Ooh.
Have I had one more recently than that?
Anyway, this is all behind the scenes
I'd have
stuff.
to look at the calendar. Yeah.
Okay.
Our listeners probably know better than we do
I-
what we've had more what we have live already.
Anywho,
We only host the thing. We don't have to remember who we've talked to or when.
my point is I'm on top of it, even though it seems like I'm.
Oh
missing.
no, it was the second one with Britt, the Autism Book Club.
The autism. Yes.
Yeah. And that's not as big of a deal because like the talk with Britt is not that old. It was last Friday.
Yeah. The Brit.
And it's Wednesday that we read a book and we figured out the next ones we're going to read,
Yeah.
or at least one of the next ones we're going to
Okay.
read.
I feel a lot
So,
better now.
Yeah.
That Wednesday is better than.
Yeah.
Sunday.
No. Bryce is up. I haven't done the show notes yet for Bryce. For that matter, I haven't done last week's show notes. I just finished up the baseball one on on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
So yesterday. Or not yesterday, the day
2
before
days ago.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
So I've got I think 4 sets of show notes
To do.
that I need to get done.
Ugh.
And a couple of them are easier than others, but you know,
Yep. All right. So
as long as I don't fall years behind again, we're fine.
right, fall years behind. Hopefully not.
And I hope that I'll go back and do those years at some point.
You will. Yep.
Yeah.
It'll bug you too much not to do it.
Yeah. At some point I'll just start doing one at a time and work my way back.
Yep. All right.
So
Tad, what do you hope will
should
be
we talk about
spectacular?
what looks awesome next week?
Yeah, what do you hope will be spectacular?
I mean, before we get into the 3 specific books, I'm gonna highlight first Alex Segura's Alter Ego,
Yeah.
his novel, his mystery set in the world of comics, comes out this week, and I don't hope it's spectacular. I've read it twice. It is spectacular. And I'm so looking forward to getting an audio version to listen to because they've been done so well in the past that I'm really looking forward to it. We've recently spent a lot of time with Jason, and Pocket Full of Rain comes out this week as well. And our friends Rich Duick and Alex Cormack have Drive Like Hell, the collect edition coming out. Zach Thompson and Daniel Irizarry's Cemetery Kids Don't Die that we love is coming out, and we really got to reach out and have Zach come back because like he's exploded since Cemetery Kids Don't Die, and we talked to him right before issue 1. But then what I'm looking forward to, Snot Girl number 16, as we may have alluded to earlier,
Yes.
is coming out next week. So we're gonna make our great responsibility next week, catching up on Snot Girl. Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. Archaic number 1 from Melissa F. Olson and Sally Cantorino at Ahoy. Long Cold Winter number 1 from Francesco Perillo and Stefano Carticelli at Mad Cave. Yeah. What's Furthest Place from Here also comes out, number 20.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Exorcism of 1600 Pen was surprisingly good.
Was it?
I didn't think that was going to be my type of book, but the
Right.
first issue was really good. Dick Tracy is back with issue 6. That's been really good. Speaking of Alex Segura. So yeah. And Kelly Thompson's Birds of Prey, number 16.
Right. Right.
So
Cool.
yeah,
I am
lots of good stuff next week.
I am looking forward to Survival Street, Radical Left number 3.
Yeah, it's been good.
James Asmus and Jim Festante
Yep.
from Dark Horse.
You forgot the artist again.
Did I?
Abelay Kusinov, I think.
Anyway, while you're looking that up.
Yeah, Abelay Kusinov. Yep.
Okay.
I got it right.
My bad. Cruel Universe number 5.
You're the artist too. Like,
I know.
Forgetting the artist. Come on,
I go
dude.
through it really quickly when I do these.
Come on, dude.
Cruel Universe number 5. Karina Bechko,
Betchko.
Cullen Bunn, Amy Roy, Dania Irizarry, Claire Rowe, and others. And I didn't want to pick the same as Tad, but it's such a good book, and I'm so looking
Oh,
forward
it's so
to it.
good.
It's
And it's been so long.
Yes.
It's been what?
Couple
5 years?
Yeah, at least.
I think it was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snot Girl number 16 from Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung from Image. All right.
Yep.
That takes us to the bottom of our show notes. So that means we must be done.
That's another one in the books.
Yeah. All right. So it's
160 of them now,
yeah, 160. That's not bad.
which is just fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. So, guys, thanks for listening, and we will catch you after the next page. See ya. Hey, guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.